think so. Sure, man. And first and foremost, welcome back, everyone. My name is Jeremy, and I'm the CMO of Abyss World. And thank you, Pokestar, for inviting us to the stream. And can't be more than happy to tell you guys, what we've been working on. And this is the first official stream for our PVE. On air, first time ever. So I'm really excited for what we're going to show you guys today.
Realized that my mic was completely off. So there, there you go. Sorry for the no audio there. They were only hearing Jeremy. They were wondering who's he talking to. Um, but yeah, here's the trailer for Abyss World that we have going on here right now. As I was basically, I'll repeat everything that I just said because nobody was able to hear me. Abyss World, really really cool game. They're breaking the barrier of like not copying any other game and kind of using their own style within stuff and providing a real nice experience with the game that they have presented to us. We're going to be taking a look at, like Jeremy said, the PVE modes with more elite mob bosses and stuff like that as well, and the BVB mode that they so heavily are pushing forward, and I personally really love a lot because it's super super action packed. And then I just wanted to show you guys the trailer for it. If you guys have missed our streams, we've been streaming from yesterday and the day before on Friday. And we're going to be streaming tomorrow as well. And if you did miss that, we showcased the trailer, and the trailer is really, really nice to give you a little bit more info on the world, how it's going to look, and some of the boss types that you might encounter within the world as well. So I'll go ahead with putting that trailer up now and go ahead and enjoy. That trailer gets me hyped up every single time. It honestly does. There's like the scene where he puts the sword on his back and he's ready to fight people. Also, like it does such a good job with showing the bosses off as well, because you're like kind of like
Yeah,
excited for each one. Like I see the massive headless boss over there, and I'm just like, all right, well, how's fighting him gonna be? Like, how does he even know where I am? You know, like, does he have
exactly.
anything like
You
that?
kind of you'll be really kind of like not only interested in the setting before fighting the boss, but also the boss fight itself, right? Because that, but just looking at it, you're already like I'm already hyped up, right? I haven't even seen some of the fights yet with some of the bosses. So,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
just looking at the trailer, I'm already really excited what the boss fight was going to be like.
It's like the part where like you see the fire like demon that's over there as well, and I'm just like, okay,
Mhm.
well, how am I even gonna end up fighting this thing? Because I see that there's a lot of AOE damage that guy's gonna do. so so very exciting stuff, and very exciting trailer overall. And again, we'll show that and showcase that again at the end for people, if just in case they missed that, just to wrap things up. But yeah, the trailer makes me super excited for the game, and it also is really cool because the trailer actually does look like what the game is showcasing as well. It's not like it's just like this is a cinematic trailer. Here, enjoy this, and then the game is completely different. No, no, this like looks exactly like how the game looks when we're streaming it. And
That's right.
obviously that you can see here the Abyss World title, and we can jump right into it as well. There should be a lot of cool stuff. I know the sound effects are really really neat as well. So if you guys are listening to the stream and things like that, make sure to let us know what you guys like the most about the PVE mode, and then we can, because this is going to help us be able to see what they can move forward within the game, and what they should be able to look forward to changing and things like that as well.
Sure. Then I guess let's get started with the whole PVE thing, man.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
All right. So let's start a new game. Yep, we talked about this yesterday. Go ahead and enter a quick ID, and then that's the character creation, and it's a region selection. We're gonna choose easy today. It's already a pretty difficult mode already for beginners. So
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
to
say.
showcase everyone, Henry probably is already an expert, but just for the sake of the demonstration, we're gonna start with easy.
Oh, 100%. I was gonna say like the easy isn't easy. You know, it's
It
not.
isn't that easy.
Easy
Yeah.
is more like normal, and then like not like then it goes from there and ranks up. So we did see this yesterday, and one thing that we talked about was like each of the different kind of, if you're doing it on easy or master or like the hardest mode, you get different kind of gear and equipment that you're able to get as well. And then not only that, but each different area will have a different kind of setting to it, like obviously, but different mob types and enemy types. I'm assuming that we can also face off in within different worlds that we're going into.
Yep.
And then the main focus on the game was like there's obviously your health is on the left side, the right side, which I'm currently blocking right now, but there is something similar to like what you would get in like a Souls-like game where there's souls, and you can use those to then get more skills and stuff like that, if I'm correct.
Yeah. So those are like the main resource that is gonna be used within the game. And those are just for the basic items as well as to upgrade your personal, I would say, stats, etc.
Yeah. And then something that is really cool and we just saw it there, which is really really cool, is that rage meter that you guys have on the bottom there, where you're able to do some
Yes.
really really cool attacks with that once that's fully up there, and that fire strike is one of them. But it completely changes up, and just like there as well, quicker strikes that lets you dash straight to the enemy. It's really cool because it's not something that you see a lot in games. It's a very new kind of idea, like a rage kind of bar. Like I've seen that in like God of War where Kratos gets that, but this is like a completely different kind of use case scenario that you guys are doing for it as well.
Yeah, so it's almost known as like the sword parry. It's supposed to hit the monster at the same time he also hits you. So it's different than normal parry in a lot of the games that we've witnessed in the past, like Sekiro or Assassin's Creed. Those games are known for parries, but this one is just more about like hitting the sword with each other. That's how you build your rage and how you're gonna unleash your larger moves on the opponent.
It's so sick. And I also really I like the fact where when you're killing an enemy like that and you do get to the near the end of the fight where you do hit that final blow, it slows down a little bit and you can see your character with the swing and everything.
Yeah.
It's so clean this way. And I think here was where we were last time and where we ended it last time, where there was a really cool fight that comes up. And I do really want to highlight as well real quick is the sound effects that you guys have in the game. Because, again, they're very, very, very well done. Each sound effect with the hitting of the swords against each other or hitting the enemy AI is very, very well made.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that we worked on initially. It's really about the combat system and how it feels, the fluidity, the sound effects, and everything. Each strike needs to be really punchy. That's something that Max focuses a lot on. If it's not to the blood, to the flesh, right, the players won't feel as satisfied.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and here it is. This is...
Alright, so here we got our first elite boss. Elite boss. I mean, not the boss, mini boss, whatever you call it. And that, it breathes a tremendous amount of fire in front of him. So, deals a large amount of AoE damage. It's important that you get behind him and kind of attack in a few flurry attacks before he tries to get you.
I was gonna say, and then Henry's a boss, so Henry was able to just do that with ease,
Yeah.
But I could see myself struggling very hard with that.
I was talking about you see this little worm here? So
yeah.
This is actually part of the whole world ecosystem. There are other lively creatures that you'll be able to witness and see throughout the map, and some of the times they're just there to, more behind the scenes, just to kind of, do a small interaction with you, but not necessarily they'll try to fight you. So, they're more neutral kind of creatures.
Yeah.
And just create a more lively world.
Oh, and now we got a nice big enemy type.
So this isn't actually an elite mob, but it's just a stronger mob that you'll see him. So you try to run towards you, and then deal large amount of damage.
Yeah, he knocks you over as well when he runs you over on the thing, huh?
Yeah. But at the same time, his rush down move would also hurt other enemies. So if you have another enemy that is spawned, within this particular area or map, and then he could actually run into the other monster and actually deal damage on him. So,
that's really cool. So you could use this enemy to your advantage, if you have a big group of mobs coming at you, right? It's just okay, you can kind of have him run at you and then hit all the other mobs, get them knocked down, do damage to them, and then you can deal with this guy over here, so you don't have to really worry about the other mini mobs as well. So it adds more strategy to the game.
It adds a little bit more strategy because look at the size of him, right? And he has a huge health meter, even though he's just a mob. But at the same time, it's important that you try to deplete his health as soon as possible.
Yeah, and for people that have played Souls-like games before, you know how hard it gets when you have a massive mob chasing you. But not only that, there's a couple of mini mobs there as well. Because they all can just that one hit turns into two, and then you're all of a sudden, wait, I'm running out of my healing potions. What's going on here? I love that strike up attack so much, where he jumps up into the air and gets ready.
For some of the enemies, you could actually lunge them into the air, where you could do some air combos on them right afterwards. There's a little bit of kind of a Metal Devil May Cry kind of concept.
Yeah.
To introduce a combo. Yeah.
I was gonna say I see more of these worms here as well too that we see.
Yeah. So we see red mist ahead, and in this particular area, this also means that there will be a stronger mob that is you're gonna be facing in this particular area for clearance. Yeah.
And we got an archer type as well.
Yeah, we got a little bit of an archer type here.
The Archer,
Yeah.
he swept him up completely.
Yeah, Harry was just like, you know what? I'm not even getting with chance.
No, I mean, in fairness, dude, that's the first people that I go. Anytime I see an Archer, first guys that I go to kill, because those guys get annoying in Futurons. When you're fighting someone and get randomly hit by an arrow, and you're like, okay. Ooh, that was a clean hit. And I did want to add one thing is thank you for the follow, Emilini. Yeah, like that arrow hit would be annoying me the entire time. The combo movement within the swords.
Especially if you got like, two monsters, you try to clear out the small monsters first.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's our second elite mob. It's the Charred Remains, and he deals like really like big movements, kind of launches attacks on you, and it's important that you try to like get behind him or do a little bit of damage here and there.
That was a good dodge there.
Yeah, it was a good dodge. Oh man, look at that.
He's not only is he like big and has like a lot of energy to him, right? But like this guy's hitting heavy too. Yeah. It's like his attacks are hitting very heavy.
He also has a stamina bar, right? So you also have to pay attention to that. So we left that in there just to kind of have the players be aware of what kind of the movement the boss will try to, the mini boss here will.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. And then he parried it, he had no more stamina, and he wasn't able to do anything right after that.
Exactly. Oh,
nice hit, dude. And that ragdoll effect is... Ooh! The disappearing of the boss... I was not expecting that. Okay. That's really, really cool. And Solid Slacks, you're asking how many classes can we play? At the moment, this is the one class that they have, but in the future for the game, they have plans to release a lot of different classes and stuff like that. So
that's right. So I can talk about that a little bit. In each heroic soul here. Also, this is basically a checkpoint.
Okay.
The player is supposed to clear out the fire and of the sculpture, and then that kind of just means that this area has been cleared.
Cool. So is this like, if I were to die in the game or something, would I respawn at this area, or am I respawning all the way at the beginning of where I started?
You start at this area.
Okay, perfect. That's really cool.
Yep. So yeah, pretty much this is the main showcase for PvE as for today. We finished 2 elite mobs, and maybe Henry just kind of give us a quick tour around of the world. Just to see some of the landscapes that we have designed.
And that's the thing is like the map is really, really beautiful, and it's like every single detail in the map kind of seems like it's, important's not the right word, but it's like very interesting. Like that big statue over there on that right side, like I just want to know why there's a massive statue of this guy with this like sword just standing there, and I'm assuming all this kind of stuff that we're seeing with like the background imagery with like all the pillars going up there, there's lore behind all that stuff that I'm assuming the player will find out after playing and getting through the game a little bit and go, oh, okay, so that guy's like the knight that saved the world or something, and that's why there's a massive statue of him over there or something like that.
Yeah, so if you actually go deep dive in some of the, you saw like a dead body in the beginning, there's going to be different like small artifacts that you could pick up throughout the game, and that also gives you a little bit more behind the lore and the world setting and some small stories here and there.
I was gonna say we're gonna need an Abyss World wiki when that happens, when the game comes out, and for walkthroughs and stuff like that. That's gonna be really cool. And also the world looks absolutely stunning. I didn't know, is it okay if we go back and just say hi to one of the worm buddies that we saw earlier?
Yeah, sure. Henry, 你可以回去一下，刚刚有一个场景，可以看一下那个地上的那个一些之前的一些生物吗？ So yeah, talking about the classes, right? So each heroic soul has their own unique abilities and backstory. So what we try to build here is that these heroes used to be generals, archmages, or assassins. And as a player, you're supposed to collect these souls and train them and fight against dark forces. And each class's combat skills are different and pertaining to their past. So during the training period, players will have to build their own kind of team of elite warriors and characteristics in order to face some of the most powerful enemies.
Whoa! It attacks
Oh.
you?
Yeah, of course it attacks you.
Oh,
But,
dude, I thought
if
that
you
they were
don't-
like, I thought they were chill worms that you could hang out with. I did not know they were.
No. I said those creatures are neutral, but doesn't mean they won't get angry if you try to like fiddle with them, right?
Say, hey, don't get near me. I warned you.
Yeah.
That is really cool though. That's nice. I like that they're neutral and stuff like that. And so that thing that he's hitting there real quick as well, and then we can proceed with everything else. That like little gemstone that was in the middle, that just regains your health and stuff, or
Yeah, so that basically just gives you extra energy.
okay.
That allows you to build up. Yeah.
And then we
So it's
saw
like,
a different enemy type there as well. There was like a small little fly that was there.
Yeah,
That's
so those
really
are some
cool.
of the neutral enemies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we get to see Henry's showcase of showcasing his skills. The combos work
Nice.
so well, dude. Oh man. Yeah, it's a really cool game, and I think that people are very, very excited for it. I can see the chat is always like looking at it. They're like, they're talking about like, okay, this looks sick. Like they're like, this dark fantasy world, love it. And yeah, I like the fact that there are neutral enemies as well. It adds a little bit more depth into the game.
Yeah, so obviously this is the first class you're gonna see. In the future, we're gonna have a mage that deals AOE and with high damage output, and also Sagittarius, which is focusing on range attack and as well as like quick damage.
And then real quick, I just want to showcase this as well because I don't, I am blocking it currently, so I'm going to turn my face cam off for just 1 second. But you'll see I turned it off, and there is the red. It says 3,880. That is what we were talking about earlier with the where you're able to use that to get more skills and stuff like that unlocked in the future. So it's a really cool feature and a really cool system. And
Or it's some of the basic items in the game, like your basic potions or whatever.
oh,
right?
that's
So
even
it's just
cooler.
basic,
That's
yeah.
awesome. I was gonna say like getting potions and stuff like that with that gives you more of a reason to want to go and fight mobs rather than kind of run away from them. And because like a lot of the times in some of the Souls-like games, you'll see a lot of people just evading mobs and going straight to the boss fights, right? And with this, it's kind of like, hey, you should slow down a little bit because not only are you gonna lose your health potions, but the only way to get them back is if you're fighting these mobs and getting your, getting this up. So
And we can definitely see players, try to lurk around and try to find like really like I don't know some kind of bugs that allows them to transcend to the other side of the map, etc.
yeah, like I said, like
Like
speed
a lot
running
of
and
those
things like that is gonna be
speedrun
really,
players.
really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. We could definitely see some of the players. Like
I'm
we tried our best to avoid that, but I think it's almost unavoidable.
Hey, I mean,
Like-
as long as if you guys start getting the Twitch streams of people playing Abyss World, and all of a sudden, like a couple months down the line, there's someone doing like Abyss World playthrough blindfolded. Someone's doing like, all right, Abyss World playthrough with like zero hits or something. Dude, there's so much content that can be just made from like a single game like this, which is wonderful. And again, super exciting stuff that we got to see with the PvE mode here. And I'm assuming that tomorrow we're gonna get to showcase even cooler stuff with the PvE mode as well. I think we got I don't want to spoil too much because I want people to come in for tomorrow, but we got a really cool fight coming up tomorrow, I think, right?
Yep. So the next stop is what Henry is showcasing right here. You see the light beam that's coming out from the sky. That's something that the player will have to go, and it tells you where exactly you need to be for your next
Okay.
stop.
Teasing us a little bit with the light thing. As much as I want to go in and dive right into it right now, we got to save it for tomorrow. We
Yep.
have to.
So I guess to finish this off, Henry, why don't you just kill that worm, and let's call it a day for the PvE. Henry， 你再把那个蚯蚓解决掉吧。
Perfect. I was gonna say, assert your dominance against the worms. Make sure they know who's boss.
Yeah.
All right. I love the way that they hit. Also, is cool because your character doesn't like just get hit and he just walks away. He like actually goes to the ground, stays there for a second. He's like, all right, I got fucked by a worm real quick. Give me a second. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I like all the kind of animations that you guys have within the attacks because each attack does feel like it's actually doing something rather than like it's just an attack and I'm getting hit by it. Like there's an actual consequence to those heavy attacks that I'm gonna get hit by.
Yeah. All right. So I guess shall we move to over to the PvP or the BVB?
I was gonna say the BVB part with some of the tracks that we get in the background. Yeah, I'm hyped for it. So let's go into that mode as well. Thank you again for showcasing the PVE mode and to people that are watching it. Let us know what you're in the comments and stuff like that. What was your favorite part about the PVE mode so far? Do you think that you're gonna be able to get against one of those elite mobs like yourself and do as good as Henry was doing here, or do you think it's gonna be a little bit tougher for you as well when it's happening? So we're gonna wait for the BVB mode here to come up and click on the watch stream here. And yeah, here we are. This is really cool because personal favorite character of mine. So for people that haven't come into the stream at all recently, and don't know what's happening, personal favorite character of mine is the Lotus guy. He's quick. He's able to like do fast strikes. Also has a really cool trick that I don't want to reveal yet because hopefully there's a fight with him and he shows that off and showcases it. But it looks like we're going up against two different kind of enemy types here that we didn't have seeing fight against one another beforehand. We have the Iron Doctrine, the Executor, and going up against the Leaf Warrior, which I don't think we were able to see or witness in the past couple of the days that we had streamed the BVB. I think before it was different enemy types going up against each other. So with this one, I guess I first off, there's voting, right? So people are able to vote and see who's going to win and who's going to be the person that comes out on top.
Yep.
Do you want to go in a little bit and just talk about the Executor versus the Leaf Warrior real quick, just for people that maybe did not tune in for the other streams, just to get a little bit more information on that? The Executor, heavy attack guy; Leaf Warrior, kind of like passive, more nimble character and things like that.
Yeah. So those two are some of the most coolest characters in the game, especially from an armor kind of perspective. And the Iron Doctrine Executor is from a war organization known as the Iron Doctrine, and the belief that life is indestructible and holds internal power. And there's a special unit force known as the Executor, who represents the doctrine and has a body and mind unbreakable as steel. So the Falling Leaf people belongs to a distant planet known as the Zetralex. And there's a group of mysterious warriors and sages who call themselves the Falling Leaf people. And they are wise and agile and skilled in swordsmanship. And some of their attributes are being a little bit low key and never really reveal their true identity in front of others. Just like a withered leaf falling from the tree, silently drifting away.
Slowly drifting away, but if it hits you in the head or something like that, you're kind of like, wait, what just happened?
Exactly.
So really cool fight. Both of these guys are cool. I'm gonna have to put. Let's see. I want the Leaf Warrior to win because I love his movesets that he has. The reason that I'm so against the Executor is because I always die to his kind of type in any Souls-like game that I've played before, where it's just that heavy mob type.
He's the kind of character. I think he's the character that appears in almost all the Souls game I played, and like on the top of my head, right?
Yeah, and then he just whoops your ass right away, right?
Kind of Souls game. Yeah, he belongs in every kind of Souls game.
So I'm just like, I just want to see the guy that's caused me nightmares in the previous games get shunned down a little bit, okay?
All right, then let's get started. Harry, shall we go? Let's press start.
And then this is really cool with the BVB mode. The sound effects. And again, I know that you said this is just a placeholder sound, but it gets you super hyped up for everything. And this showcases like a lot. That first strike is so cool. I know the Executor has that really cool attack as well, where he's able to do the spinning. So it's gonna be cool to see how the Leaf Warrior kind of, because with Lotus, he was able to kind of like dodge away from it a lot faster. Oh, he just canceled out his attack.
Yeah. So I think because of, the Iron Doctrine Executor, like some of his moves that has like knockback, and that's the reason why it's able to penetrate. I think while you're trying to charge, it doesn't mean you are invincible. Only once it goes over a certain threshold, then you wouldn't be able to launch it.
There we go. Now he's hitting the fire strike there. Ooh, very heavy jump
Yeah.
attack coming in from the executor.
Oh, look at that!
And
launch.
that's one of those things where you were talking about earlier, where he gets launched up. He could have done a combo with that as well to follow up on that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Leaf Warriors. No, don't go into the spinning thing. No,
Oh, that whirlwind attack.
The whirlwind attack is so strong. He did such a good job of dodging it in the beginning. I was like, oh, he's good, and then he just kind of walked into it a little bit. It's the same thing with me though. Like when I see stuff like that, I'm like, oh, it's gonna end now, but it never ends, and then I just die to the attack. Ooh, very heavy hits coming from Leaf Warrior right now. Can he win this round? Get it? Because I think from the previous matches, what you saw was always a full sweep of winning every single game for one of the characters. So it would be kind of cool to see if there was a comeback made from like Leaf Warrior or something like that.
We're also seeing a lot more, sword parries.
Oh yes,
Probably
I think that
because of the
with
weapons
these two
ability.
enemy
Yeah.
types, you're seeing a lot more like I have never seen someone's like the ability get canceled before, right? Like this was my first time seeing that. It's really cool to see that it is able to get canceled just like that. And ooh, there it is again where he canceled out his spinning attack.
Oh.
Big oh my god! Oh my god! He got 3 parries right in a
Dragon Ball.
row. Yeah. Ooh, come on. Yes.
Oh, that
Finally.
was so cool.
And then look at the ragdoll effect too. So clean, so clean, so clean. I love it. All right, we're on round 3 now. Ooh, okay. Fading. Oh, Leaf Warrior went in straight ahead. He didn't even let him get the sword out.
Oh, look at that knockdown.
He's
I
like,
feel
you made a
every
mistake.
time you watch this, it's always unique, right? Every time it's going to be different. So it's sometimes really hard to predict. And it's really about the players, like, sometimes just purely by chance. You can't really predict.
It's really cool because it's like like you said, every single fight is different. Where it's not like, dude, I never saw 3 parries happen in a row before. I've also never seen a character go up and attack someone before he was able to take the sword out. So like this kind of stuff is so cool to see because like every single fight has its own kind of like characteristics almost to it. Ooh, that was so close to getting hit there, but he canceled it out there at the end.
Oh, at the same time, like the AI learns over time, so they know exactly like if they should cancel it or not. And I think that they know this based on the seconds how fast they will launch the skill, like in terms of how the opponent will react. So I think that's something that they will learn over time. Oh,
Big spin attack coming in.
Will he make a comeback?
Yeah, I was gonna
Will
say.
he make a comeback? Look at that health bar.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh
Wait,
my
what's
god.
one hit?
Oh, that was so close.
Dude, I thought the
close.
Iron Doctrine was gonna. I thought he was gonna wrap it up a little bit there, dude. Woo! Heart is pumping a bit fast. I was like, come on, Leaf Warrior, you got this. Got a little
Look
bit.
at that blood stain everywhere.
Yeah, right. And someone someone just mentioned they were like, dude, the blood looks so realistic. But it's cool. The blood spatter effect for like every hit works very well because like that's how or where the blood would get splattered if he was actually hitting the battle. Like,
Yeah. We try to keep it, as PG as possible, but I feel like everyone still wants to see a little bit of more.
oh, slamming him down. Charge attack here.
Oh man.
Nice heavy jump attack. That was so.
Man, I think the the Iron Doctrine is really trying to push towards.
I was gonna say the Iron Doctrine's kind of upset.
Do you see the dodge? Do you see the dodge?
Yeah, the dodge out of the fire thing there.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even know you could dodge out of that, so I'm learning more tricks from watching this fight happen. Good parry there. Oh, he was so close with that jump attack. I saw what he was.
He tried.
I saw what he was trying to do there. He was trying to jump up to hit him beforehand, but unfortunately, he got the attack off a little bit faster than he was able to. That was a really clean fight, though.
That was a real good fight, man. That was a real good fight, I must say.
We didn't see those two fight beforehand, but I'm very happy that we did because that was a very, very close fight. And honestly, it was really cool to see the Leaf Warrior going up against the Executioner. And he was kind of like it seemed like he was getting pissed off. He was just like, you think you can do all this damage to me and I won't, like, just, whoop your ass?
Yeah. All right. So who do you have next up? We got.
Let's see. I think my main man Lotus is going up on there, right?
I think if not, I'm not wrong. Probably that is what we're gonna showcase for today. Actually.
Oh, okay. That's perfectly fine with me. I didn't know if we were gonna showcase another fight or not, but yeah, I'm cool with waiting for Lotus to get his throne moment tomorrow. That's perfectly fine with me as well.
Yeah. So that's pretty much as for the PvE. As for BVB, as for today, for everyone that have voted, please check the official website for the results. So thank you everyone for participating.
Yeah, and I was gonna say thank you to everybody joining us, and thank you to you guys for letting us showcase some amazing gameplay. Like the PvE mode was fantastic, and then also the BVB mode is getting to become like something really really cool that I enjoy watching thoroughly. Like I could see myself having this like on in like a pop out window kind of thing where I'm doing work and I'm kind of watching this like an esports tournament almost, right? And it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool to see. And you guys are doing some amazing stuff. Wonderful job here. And I just want to,
I feel like over time, like people will start noticing like small details that really comes out for each particular character. Like, for example, we didn't know that, Iron Doctrine could parry. We didn't know that the fire, strikes could be dodged. I feel
you're learning so much with it.
That will adapt. Yeah. So I think players will also notice that. And once they, watch more games, they'll be able to, choose their character wisely.
Yeah, and not only that, but then also be able to like, if I'm going up against someone like this, like the Iron Doctrine, like a heavy player attack, I can do stuff like this instead, or I can use this character instead, or use this skill set instead. So it adds a lot of like knowledge into the game to kind of get more into the entire aspect of everything that's going on. Like it's not like it's a separate mode; it kind of works hand in hand with the PvE mode and everything else.
Exactly. Yeah.
So really cool stuff. Thank you again, Jeremy and Henry. You are a boss at the PvE mode. You make it look a little too easy. So what we're gonna do is showcase off the trailer one more time, and I just wanted to say thank you again for all of you guys joining up in the stream and watching this with us. And tomorrow will be another day that we showcase some more PvE modes as well as the BVB battle. And for those of you that are watching the streams, make sure to join the Discord and be able to let us know what you guys liked about the stream, or just let us know in the chat what you like about the stream. That way, when it comes down to the future of Abyss World, they're able to implement whatever you guys really enjoy and kind of act on that and grow that out a little bit more than what they have already. But I think that this is one of the best games, and I might be speaking this because I love Souls-like games a lot, but this might be one of the best games that I've seen in Web3 kind of come out recently within like the demo mode and the alpha that we're getting to see. And it's so good where to the point it's like, again, what we're working on here at PGG and with any other game that we work with is it's not a Web3 game. It's just a game at the end of the day with, the elements of the stuff. Like we just want to market these as games at the end of the day. And Abyss World has been doing a very phenomenal job of getting this game to like, the right and correct eyes. So very well done. And I think that you guys will like the trailer for those that haven't seen it yet. And thank you again once more, Jeremy and Henry, for joining. And we'll see you again tomorrow for the other stream. And so here is the trailer.